What's going on, guys? Charged up here in the garage with the R6. For today's video, guys, I'm going to show you how to remove the two rivets or two push pins from the inside of the fairing. They're actually attached to the rad at the very bottom right over here in this corner. I'll put some light on it so you guys can actually see how I do it. This is literally the top asked question when it comes to getting messages on Instagram or TikTok. Well, you know what? After getting about 15, 20 or so, probably even more at this point, messages on how to remove them. Because I did do the fairing video, and it all stems from that fairing video, because obviously a lot of you guys have seen that and use that as a reference, which is freaking awesome, because I love the fact that the videos help you guys. But it does stem from that video. Now, the rivet or the push pin that comes with it is this guy right here. As you can see, it's not a regular push pin. It is, but it isn't. But it's got the Phillips head on top of it right there. So this is the push pin. Yes, I did order it for the R6 for this video because I got rid of mine. Now, I got rid of mine and put in two separate ones, and they are push pins. So all I gotta do when I take off mine is literally push it and they pop out. I'm actually gone ahead and ordered two regular push pins. These are actually smaller than the ones I put in. I'm curious to see if it'll work with these. These two push pins are the exact same that go up to the top right there, and there's a number of other spots where those two push pins actually go or can fit. I'm going to give you guys an option when it comes to what kind of push pin you put into those slots after you remove those really annoying ones. All right, so I've gone ahead and placed the camera down on a stand. The rivet or push pin that I am talking about is right over there. That's the one right there. So I've gone ahead and actually put in the stock OEM one. That's the OEM one where you need a screwdriver, and then you should be able to put the screwdriver in there. Now I've got my camera and everything in the way. Hopefully I can get in here with you guys still seeing. You're supposed to put the screwdriver in there, number 2, and you should be able to, you know, screw it out. Now, this is a brand new rivet, a brand spanking new rivet. I just put it in. And yes, if it's a brand new one and it hasn't been used on the road, that's how simple it is to take out. There you go. That's how simple it is to take out with the screwdriver. But as you can tell, all the sides are nice and clean. That's not going to stay like that. I don't care how slowly you try to undo this pin. Eventually, this thing will just continue to spin in circles and in circles and in circles. And unfortunately, you'll never get it out by just using the screwdriver. It's happened to me firsthand, and it's happened to a bunch of other people. The whole reason for this video. I'm going to go ahead and put it back. All right, guys, so I'm going to give you 3 options. Wait, that's 6. 3 options to get those out. Option number 1 is fairly simple, and we're going to use our large flathead screwdriver. So this is a number 3 flathead screwdriver. I'm going to go ahead and place this behind that rivet, but on the front side of the actual bracket from the rad. Okay, so option number 1, we're going to go ahead and put the screwdriver in behind the rivet, but in front of the bracket coming off the rad. One thing you can try, and obviously because this is option number 1, put the screwdriver back there and then slightly tilt it, putting some pressure on the head of the push pin. Then you come in with your screwdriver and you try to then, as you're putting some pressure on the backside, then you try to unscrew it. Sometimes that helps because you put some pressure, it kind of catches on the thread, and then it helps you to pull that out with the screwdriver. That may not always work, and that's why I've got 2 more options. Okay, option number 2. You're going to slowly put that screwdriver in behind that bracket. You're going to grab your hammer. You're going to actually just start tapping on that screwdriver, just slowly on the end of the screwdriver, to try and see if that metal piece will actually cut into the rivet to relieve some pressure. Now you can hit it maybe 2 or 3 times and then try it with the screwdriver again to see if some of the threads have caught, or you can continue going and see if you can actually just pop it right out. Mind you, that is plastic. That rivet is plastic. The bracket is aluminum, so you have to be careful that you don't destroy that bracket. But that is option number 2, and I have done this previously also, and it did work, I think twice. I think it worked twice, and I was able to then pull the pin out by hand, because obviously I kind of broke off that piece and I took it out entirely. Now, if this doesn't work, here's option number 3. Option number 3, the screwdriver will go into the same spot. However, before you take this screwdriver and put it in the same spot in behind the rivet, but in front of the bracket, you're going to go ahead and grab your heat gun or your blowtorch, and you're gonna heat up the tip of the screwdriver. That guy's on. That's it. Just heat it up a little bit on both sides. Heat it up. And then once you've got it heated up a tiny bit, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take the screwdriver and place it back in the same spot. Now, as you do that, you wanna just push on it by hand. You don't need a hammer for this. You've got a metal screwdriver. That's now the end piece is nice and hot, and that is a plastic rivet. So you should be able to then use the screwdriver and then just slowly wiggle through and actually cut off the rivet without damaging the bracket or anything in behind there. This method or option I've done numerous times, and I mean I've lost count how many times I've had to resort to this because it just would not come out any other way. So yes, I do destroy the OEM ones, but I don't intend on ever using them again because they're super annoying. Okay, so we got that piece out of there, and now we can replace it with something a little more useful. So I'll show you guys what I'm using here. I ordered this kit, I believe off Amazon. I think it was off Amazon a while ago. It's got 620 pieces, all types of different push pins, rivets, retainer clips, and everything, automotive, and there are some ones that actually fit motorcycles as well. But yeah, I've got a bunch of those. Now, this is the one for the R6. That's the OEM one. This is the one that we just took out of there. This is the one that I'm currently using. It's a little bit beefier. You push it and it just pops out. It's a little bit more sturdy and it holds the fairing to the rad bracket. Now you can also try the smaller one. As I mentioned previously, here's this smaller one. This smaller one can also be found, where can this be found? Well, there's four right there along the inside of the fairing. There's another 3 on that side. There's 2 on each side right there. So you can also try this one. Again, this one would be a little looser. So I would actually say go with the thicker one, because this guy right here, the thicker one, would hold it better, especially riding with all the vibrations and stuff. I would actually go with the thicker one. Which one is it? It is this one right here. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. 6.9 millimeters across, 15.4 millimeters height, 5.3 millimeters is the actual push pin, 14 millimeters the diameter of the actual circle. All right, that guy's in. Look how pretty it looks. It's in there. It's gonna hold nicely. It's gonna hold nice and snug while you're riding, and it'll be a lot easier to remove the next time you need to remove your fairings. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully the video helps those who are struggling with those 2 fairing bolts. Super annoying. Now you don't have to deal with them anymore. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and until the next one.